Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Joat of Ludus. We're going to play some No Man's Sky. Now, this is the most recent update, which is Waypoint 4.0. I think they've been one or two patches since. It released about a week ago. You got custom where you can come in and make multiple different settings. They've edited this a couple of times. Not really something I'm interested in. I think I'm just going to play a normal save. As the game, in my opinion, was intended to be played from Hello Games. So if you don't know anything about this game, any one of these stars represents a system that you can go in and there are, I think, literally billions of planets that you can go to. 249, I think, galaxies. It's fairly endless, this size and scope. I really enjoy the beginning of this game. The way that the game goes through this initial tutorial, E to initialize. So let's see what this looks like. This is our beginner planet. Gives us a little tour. Looks like we have a heat planet at 161 degrees Fahrenheit. Also has some high toxicity. That looks like a cave right over there, which could be convenient. Man, I really enjoy the very beginning of this game. So the rock-looking items will tend to give ferrite, and the plant-looking items will tend to give carbon. In a normal save, our first order of business will be some ferrite. So, yeah, ferrite. Let's see if we can grab some ferrite. We'll need some carbon to recharge our multi-tool. Notice they're all unidentified. We'll fix that soon enough. Bottom left, you can see our hazard protection is falling. It wants us to perform a scan. So if I hit C, it's going to tell us that our scanner is critically damaged. We need to gather some ferrite dust for repairs. What is this? Venom sac. Oh, hey. Those are hazardous flora. Those particular types, if you get too close to them, they will do some damage to you. They will either give you in return oxygen or sodium. We need some more carbon. I think we still need some more ferrite dust. Telling us in the bottom right we have 6973 of 75. We can now repair our scanner. So in multi-tool, it's highlighted scanner needs 75 ferrite dust. Once I click it, if I put 75 ferrite dust in there, our scanner is now repaired. It wants me to hit C, which tells you again I'm playing on PC through Steam. And it wants me to find some sodium, which will recharge our hazard protection. That's another bad guy right there. So there's some sodium over here. We're just going to go run and pick... Oh, there was a bad guy that booped me pretty good. We're going to pick up this sodium to follow the quest line. And then it's going to tell me to recharge it with X. It's going to immediately default to whatever is lowest, our hazard protection. We're going to use that 9 sodium. I'm going to head back over to where we started because there were some caves over there. Now we have a starship signal. So where our ship is. That a ways. So these guys, let's see if I can get close enough without activating them. That oxygen is, I cannot. So we're just going to take them down. Carbon. Carbon. Let's get a little bit of carbon up here if we go into that cave and mess around. Some ferrite dust. We got some more bad guys here. I feel like it's... There we go. If we keep that at the high end, we'll get a better yield on the mining laser. So now we're out of mining, or the carbon. Our mining beam will recharge it with X. So humming sack usually sells pretty good. A little beginner starting money. This is marrow bulb, which we can refine down into sodium. And this is ironically gold, but very rarely. This stalactite, I think. Stalagmite, I don't know. Cobalt, which we can use for multiple reasons, but the first of which is a sodium supplement for hazard protection. Ion batteries. So we'll get a few of those. I'm going to jump ahead just a little bit in the quest line because it feels so wasteful. I'm going to hit tab and go into the multi-tool, and I'm going to go ahead and craft this analysis visor. We need a carbon nanotube. Come into here, craft one of those out of the carbon we've already got. And let's go ahead and install that analysis visor. Now I can scan items hitting the F key, and it'll give me a secondary element, in that case copper, which is kind of cool, and some money for having done so. That's ironic. I took, oh, there it goes. I'll take the silver. I think we already got that. So it's a pretty small cave. Once we're in our cave, if you notice, our hazard protection is no longer falling, which is a pretty common notion in the game. Once you're under some sort of protection from above, you are no longer affected by temperature or outside forces. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time in this cave. Now, if you're following along and you're doing the same thing and you had a beautiful cave as soon as you spawned in, be careful. We don't yet have what will eventually be referred to as a terrain manipulator. So if we get lost in here, we could literally be stuck. So just be careful and kind of know your way around, or keep track of your bearings, right? So I'm probably going to catch you when I get this cave cleared out. All right, so I stayed down there getting stuff until pretty much my carbon ran out, which is right now. So I have no more carbon. And I'm doing this as a kind of show you what happens if that happens. So now we need to find something that yields carbon. And I have no way to fire off my multi-tool. And we're just going to melee it with E. With Q, sorry. And I can get some carbon. It's a slow and arduous process, but now I can recharge my multi-tool and get some more. This is dihydrogen crystals, which we'll use at the beginning for starter fuel, launch fuel. Don't overheat your gun, kids. And by the way, the red dot over there is not an aggressive animal or anything aggressive necessarily. It's just an animal that has not been scanned yet. Where'd he go? Get stats on the left. That's sodium nitrate. We're going to start heading over towards our ship now. Kind of picking up anything of interest along the way. Some of the bigger rocks require an advanced mining laser, which we don't yet have. When we get to our ship, I'll kind of sit down and show you what I picked up in the cave. What we're going to do with those things. I will say that with the update, typically the secondary element is a much more useful item, like condensed carbon. Sodium is a great secondary element, especially at the beginning. Dihydrogen, you would never see that as a secondary element previously. This particular planet, while it gave us great caves, it's giving me a lot of carbon items that don't have a secondary element, which is a little bit frustrating. Pick up that sodium. Oh, I really did not mean to shoot you. That was not intentional. But I'll scan you. So this is a mineral deposit, copper, but we don't have the terrain manipulator to do anything with it just yet. It's more hazardous. What's unidentified? If you can sneak up on it, you can get that oxygen capsule out of the middle, which is like 25 or 30 oxygen. It's definitely worth it on the larger plants. In fact, oxygen being kind of a weird element with the update, I won't pass up really any of those larger plants with the 3 oxygen thingamajiggies on it. But we don't seem to have a lot of those in this planet, which is cool. In fact, we have 0 of those so far, but whatever. Did I just... Oh, wow, yeah. Pay attention. Pay attention, Joe. So there's our ship. Another cave. Sodium. Oh, I prefer the oxygen. There's some more of those. I guess before we go to our ship, we can kind of... Oh, hey. Pay attention, man. Pay attention. Albumen pearls. Humming sac gives me an albumen pearl. I'm a weirdo about pronouncing stuff right, and I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. So let's take stock. Exosuit. We used all of our oxygen up to 341. See these albumen pearls, that's 106,000 units. 106,000 units, and then 1 extra. These geodes we got from mining one of the ferrous materials. This was evidently cobalt. I can hit E to expand it. And each one of those, we have 3,000 cobalt. And it's giving me, I think, like 100 or 75 for each one of these geodes. $3,600. And then the marrow bulb we're going to refine down into sodium. Hey, the sun's coming out. All right, let's see what we got. Where's my... Okay, here's a damaged machinery. This is a pretty common mechanic in the game. I'm just going to delete that living slime. It can be refined down into nanites. It's going to give me something. Give me nanites. Cool. Always behind around a damaged machinery, there's going to be a buried technology module, which we cannot yet dig up. Always at the beginning, there's going to be 4 oxygen plants. 25 apiece. I'll take all 100. 87. Start the quest. We're going to go through this kind of quick. Feel free to slow or pause the video to read it. Anomaly is compliant, partial system, and then it's going to give me something to do. Tells me to investigate the crashed ship. Hey, look, it's a crashed ship. Let's hop in it. Auto diagnostic, self-guided. Atlas connection intermittent. Launch thrusters offline. Pulse engine offline. I find myself alone on a strange planet, unequipped and in danger. I have no memory of how I got here, no sense of a before. But this ship at least seems to recognize me. The controls react to my touch, or at least that of my exosuit. I am not dead yet, and this ship is a lifeline out to the stars. We're going to connect the exosuit. Substituting data, I don't know what that means. Exosuit connected. Suggestion pilot should perform maintenance select desired repair path. Which one of these do you want to choose? Do you want to choose repair ship systems or nothing? We're going to select that path. Self-guided repair protocols initiated. Pulse engine damaged. Press E to exit. We've exited. Restore point saved. We need a metal plating. So let's do that. Once 50 ferrite dust, come in here and click a metal plating. So if I tab now, I got my exosuit in the starship. This pulse engine is blinking. We've crafted a metal plate. And we're going to hop back in our ship. Starship critically damaged, missing vital ingredients, whatever. Unable to synthesize required components, pulse engine requires hermetic seal. Request assistance. Recommendation reveals hermetic seal nearby. Salvage planetary chart from distressed beacon. We looked in here a second ago and we didn't see it, but now I peer inside the beacon's housing, and as well as a distressed broadcast unit, it contains a planetary chart. We're going to take that. This is a pretty common mechanic in the game of different variations. This particular planetary chart reveals where I can find a hermetic seal. And it evidently is pretty far away, which is kind of weird. How did it not populate on that map? But it's that way. 1,000 units away. As soon as I depart for that, a storm's going to occur. I think I'm going to... Hey, look, there's another animal. 1,600 units. Instead of going straight forward, I'm just going to come in here and mine for a little bit till the storm passes. You know what? I'm not going to do that. Let's go, boys. There happens to be a cave nearby, so I would typically just hang out in there. Something had question marks. But for you, as a special present to you, we're going to bravely brave this storm that I predict will come. What is this? Cobalt. Oh, look, there's a storm incoming. I don't mean to make light of it. I really enjoy the beginning of the game, and I create new saves pretty regularly. So this function of the tutorial, if you're not prepared for it or know how to quickly kind of get through your menus to recharge or don't have the stuff to recharge, it can be a problem. So we do have some sodium. I kind of hope, I assume. 160, so we can recharge a few times. You can see my hazard protection starting to go down considerably faster. And while I'm going, I'm just gathering material. Including the hydrogen crystals. I guess while I'm doing that, we don't need to do that. Ion batteries take cobalt and ferrite dust. Let's see how many of these I can make. 34 will do. And then we'll use that instead of the sodium. Hey, look, more sodium. It's kind of hard to see the sodium with the current storm graphics. I'm going to use the condensed carbon whenever I can. It's just a much more efficient model. So our hazard protection is getting pretty low. So I'm going to come in here, and with hazard protection, instead of using the sodium, I use one of those ion batteries, and it'll fill me all the way up. Some more copper. Cobalt. Now, in different modes, this is a much more intense process. This storm, it'll come down much faster, and even once it comes down, your hazard protection, rather, your life will disappear at varying rates. Chromatic metal as a back. That's awesome. So that other bar down there is my life support. It will drop at variable rates depending on what I'm doing, how much running it around and jumping I'm doing. And I need oxygen to fill that up. Or a life support gel, which requires something. What am I doing? Which requires the hydrogen jelly and carbon, which we can make some of that. Probably should, because I don't want to use my oxygen. I feel like oxygen is a much more valuable material resource than it was before 4.0. In fact, let's do that. Let's go ahead and make all the hydrogen jellies we can, which is 9. And from there, I will make 9 life support gels. So cool. I think the easiest way, once you've gotten most of these things scanned, is looking for question marks, like there. All right. Quit messing around, Joat. Let's get going. But there's so much stuff. I really do like, as soon as you can, use condensed carbon from carbon. It's a ridiculous trade-off. Oh, this is the building. Let's see what we got. Accessing archive, 6 of 7 corrupted. No one making this recording. Leaving behind in the fabricator. It might be of some use. Visor damage. Can't find ship. Recovers supplies. The log finished and the machine whirs to life. Splitting out supplies. I have the hermetic seal. I need to repair my ship. Whoever it was here. Whoever it was that led me here. Whoever left this message. Perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now. And they gave me a hermetic seal. That was awfully nice of them. Thanks, buddies. Come on. S-Class. I feel like I got nothing. Oh, I did get nothing. I got nanites. Universal Language Database. Turn them online. Learn Word. Oh, we're in a Viking system. Well, that's cool. All right, so we're going to head back to our ship and repair it. So I will see you guys back at the ship. So I found these organic rocks, and they're giving me chlorine. They're not doing me really any good right now, this chlorine, except to sell, which is cool. I need money. I need all of the things. So we got some damaged containers here. I can refine that down to ferrite. I'm just not going to mess with it. And I got some dihydrogen. It's giving me the prompt to create the analysis visor and analyze things, which we've been doing for a little while now. So see you guys back at the ship. So my life support and my hazard protection are both very low. I can fill them up, but I thought I was closer to the ship than I really am, I guess. Yeah, still 300 units out. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that up with hazard protection. Oh, no, it's actually broken. That's a kind of a new functionality of the game. Need some ferrite dust. Well, it gave me half of it back when I repaired it with ferrite. That's kind of cool. So again, just kind of wandering around. If I see anything that looks interesting or that I need. I do need lots of everything, though. But you could get lost in mining everything. That's a losing situation, trying to mine everything. Hey, it's the ship. Now, it's going to walk you all through this process, but I'm going to come into my one of these inventories and create a metal plate because hit the Z button. I do have the stuff for a portable refiner. I'm going to go ahead and fill that up, and I'm going to make, wow, I do need some ferrite dust. So let's get some ferrite dust is what I want to do. While that's making pure ferrite, we're going to get regular ferrite. That is all carbon, huh? Not a lot of rocks. Not the planet to get rocks on, kids. Let's go see how our pure ferrite's doing. Oh, I made it. I'm going to go ahead and take half my carbon and make some condensed carbon. Let's see what we need here. We need a hermetic seal, which we got. Then I think it wants launch thrusters critically damaged, dihydrogen jelly, and pure ferrite, which we have. All right. How's it going, kids? And while that carbon is... Oh, dang. I forgot to show you again. It's like 80 carbon to fill up the mining laser and... or 27 advanced carbon. Condensed carbon. What's wrong with me? Words are hard. So I will actively produce sodium nitrate and condensed carbon to use as like everyday fills. Come on, come on, come on. All right. I'm going to take all of this marrow bulb, turn that into sodium. 2 minutes, 48 seconds. How you doing? Come on. Give me some rocks. I feel like I'm more sorely missing ferrite dust than carbon. Oh. But I will take it all. All right, so that yielded me 703 sodium, which I'm going to take half that and turn into sodium nitrate, which is just like the difference between carbon and advanced carbon, just a more refined version. What are we, 10%? Let's go get some more stuff. All right, let's head back to our ship and see if that sodium nitrate's coming along. So if I hop into the ship, just like a cave, notice that my hazard protection is almost done and my life support's low. If I hop into the ship, just like in the cave, the hazard protection will automatically regenerate, but the life support will not. So while we're here, we're going to, oh, we're in our, let's just get our free hazard protection going. And when we're out here, we can recharge our life support with one of those gels. Sodium nitrate's done. Let's see if we have anything else to, oh, we do have a bunch of copper. Let's go ahead and knock that out. What else do we have in this cute little suit? I don't think much of else. I like to get a little bit organized. 144 gold. That's not too shabby, kids. Just making room for some stuff. 50%? That's going pretty quick. I guess we did run out of cobalt, huh? I think we used it all. Think there's any more in here? Picked up a little bit of cobalt while this other stuff was mining. Cooking. Let's see what we got. Some chromatic metal. A couple of geodes. 4,000 cobalt. Or, yeah, 3,800 cobalt. That's all vendor fodder. Pure ferrite, carbon, condensed carbon, pure ferrite, nitrogen. All right, I'm digging it. blow this pop stand. All systems functional. Return to your ship. W to take off. And I'm going to go ahead and do a cheeky scan. See what was around us. The scanner here has got much longer range than the scanner in your suit. I don't see anything super cool hanging out. So we're going to space. All system functional. Seek answers among the stars. So the Alionelli system is how I'm going to pronounce that. W, orbital flight achieves test starship 0 of 3. Take test flight controls and thrust using W. This always takes like 8 or 9 times. There we go. Test boost with left shift, which we did. Test pulse engine with space. Hold it down for 5 seconds, 3 seconds, whatever. Now, before I start scanning, we have an incoming message. Let's see here. Incoming transmission. Please identify yourself. I'm going to identify myself. You are not alone. Follow the broadcast to the planetary coordinates. Input coordinate data. All right, where's this one at? Another planet, huh? Let's go ahead and discover these. That one looks kind of cool. Paradise Planet. Who's your daddy? There's an unknown planet. Volcanic. That's kind of cool. Those can be really neat. Irradiated planet. So we would like to go that way. So I'm just going to kind of put it in the middle and hold down that space bar and head to that one. I do want an asteroid field before we get too far into this. Dude, there's always an asteroid field when you don't need one. And now that I need one, hey, asteroid field. So I'm going to get me some gold nuggets. That's exactly what I'm going to get me. I want to get me a little bit of gold, so when we get our base, I'll have one of the rare materials needed is for the is gold for the solar panels. So I want to get me 500 or 600 gold. We already had a couple hundred from minus some of those cobalt, those stalactites and stalagmites, which is kind of cool. This is also going to give me tritium. Now, tritium is, the ship came with 100 in the cargo, if you'd noticed that. It's the basic fuel for making your ship go. And you don't want to be without. So this is going to give me a little bit of tritium just as surplus starship fuel. And then the other fuel that we use in our starship is launch thruster fuel, which it hasn't told me about yet. But I'm aware of it. And hyperdrive fuel, which we don't have access to just yet. So let's get a few more of these gold nuggets. And that was gold, like raw gold, which is cool. But the gold nuggets, just like the geodes that we had earlier, will expand into additional gold. And I think it's 50 or 100, like that gold nugget. Let's get one more just to see what happens. You can almost never have too much, and you can very easily not have enough. This is a perfectly viable, if not wholly efficient way to get starter money, because that silver, platinum, gold all sells pretty well at the station. All of a sudden, you're getting super stingy on the gold nuggets, are you? Just give me one more and I'll take stock. Don't overheat your guns, boys. Getting plenty of tritium. Which was one of the main reasons, like, don't overheat your guns, kids. I don't know, I've just got it in my head I want one more gold nugget. And I don't want to even check my inventory until I have one more gold nugget. Like, the goal's 500 gold, and I'll bet I've already got it. Come on, one more gold nugget. I'll feel a whole lot better. Make me feel, gold nugget. So we have 217. Open those up. Damn, still don't have 500. Oh, I got an antimatter out of that. I've never seen that before. So So I still don't have as much gold as I wanted. Oh, I got the antimatter not out of the tritium hypercluster, but it was just as a reward from hitting an asteroid. Maybe that's one of those special rewards that Sean Murray was alluding to. Man, this normally takes me like 60 seconds to get 500 gold. I feel like this has been forever. Maybe it's just the luck of the randomness that's not playing super well today. I did start out with a great starter planet, though, with those 2 caves just filled with cobalt right there in front of me. And you know what's funny is I don't even know that I need 500 gold. It's just an arbitrary number that I've set. I probably only need like 150, 100. Like I think it's 50 per solar panel, and I need 2 to power the teleporter. Dude, super generous on tritium hyperclusters, so. What's going on? 455, 480. Come on. We can do it. 500 gold. Oh, I think we got 500. Oh, I got it. Oh, look at that. 559. Let's get the hell out of here. All right. Signal source. Let's go that way. Notice it says approximate location. So it's not going to tell me exactly where to go anymore. So we're going to come down here and get within like... I don't know, 5 seconds. I'm going to come in low. See if I can... Let's give her a scan. I bet that's it over there. That is definitely not it. I don't think it's the... freighter. You know what? There's no sense in... spending too much time. We have 25% launch thrusters, so if I get too far away and need to summon my ship, that's not an issue. Hey, look, dihydrogen crystals. Can't pass up some good dihydrogen crystals. Well, after we're a multi-billionaire and we have all of the slots opened up and we have uranium and stuff and things... Well, then I won't even think about, oh, let's just go ahead and get this done. 370 meters away. We're on a new planet so we can rescan stuff. That's weird. Is it just floating? You know what? I can switch it from scan, but I'm not gonna. Let's go ahead and figure this out. Sprint. Q in space. Ah! So, sprint, melee, go. Jump, spacebar. Where are we at? Still keeping on. The hydrogen crystals, please. 122 units out. Hey, there it is. I found it. Don't worry. Condensed carbon's always cool. Oh, wait, I have my... Oh, we don't have it yet. Come on. Come on. That's an aggressive animal coming at me. He looks really aggressive, too. Hasta luego, baby. Let's get these condensed carbon. Let's scan some stuff and things. Get some stuff scanned, kids. I don't mind the scanning. It's a little tedious, but I want the secondary elements. I almost used to not really care about the secondary elements, but they seem to be so much better now. There's lots of ferrite dust on this one, on this planet. I can zoom. Oh, wow. The birdie took off on me. Gotcha. Over the river and through the woods. All right, so then there's this guy. Broken technology. The sparking wires of the machine generated a signal tapping out as broadcast into the void. Whoever left this message is long gone. Let's decipher the signal. 16, 16, 16. Failed to reach station. Hazard protection low. No choice but to underground. Deployed base computer. As well as the log entry, the signal contains plans for a base computer and a terrain manipulator. With any luck, the base computer will hold more information about whoever is leaving this message. We're going to go ahead and extract those plans. We need some chromatic metal to build a base computer. We need 2 carbon nanotubes and a hydrogen jelly to install a terrain manipulator. So let's do that. Let's do 2 carbon nanotubes, and I think it was the hydrogen jelly, multi-tool, terrain manipulator. Get that bad boy installed, and now we can manipulate the terrain. First things first, that buried technology, like I had told you about, it's awfully good and buried. And we're going to need a crap ton of those. What else we got around us? We got animals over here. Oh, let's get a scan in. We have an unknown building, but it's next to a sentinel. So I think I now know what that unknown building is. Huh. I don't like the hazardous life on this planet. 60 units away from this unknown building. It's not what I thought it was. I still don't want to mess with it right now. So let's grab that buried technology module. Stay away from that hazardous floor that was trying to sneak ups on me. What are you? I got you earlier? I do. I would have remembered you. All right, destination reach. Switch over to our terrain manipulator with G. Just 1. No, we got 2. That's good. Better than 1. 2's the loneliest number. 1. 1's the loneliest number. Yeah, I'm not digging kind of the layout, at least of this. Let's grab that. Look, I manipulated the terrain. Let's go ahead and pick up this dihydrogen jelly. Dihydrogen crystals. Man, I'm telling you, dude, I can't seem to word today. I haven't messed with these. Deuterium? Deuterium. Unlimited jetpack for, it's like 10 seconds, I think. We get one more of these. I don't even see any copper. Oh, there's copper. I don't see any copper around. And then there's copper and copper and copper. Let's go ahead and grab the copper, because that's what it wants us to do. It wants us to build a base computer with chromatic metal. One of the easiest ways to get chromatic metal... Oh, this guy's aggressive. Pretty certain. He hurt. He hurt, boys. Let's go ahead and get, we'll go ahead and get the mining beam recharge. And we'll go ahead and get our hazard protection recharge. So, chromatic metal, one of the easiest ways to get chromatic metal is to refine it from copper. The next level, that's a 2-to-1 ratio, meaning that 2 copper makes 1 chromatic metal. You will see we got any of those? Yeah, I think we have some of those. What else we got down here, kids? Nothing I'm interested in at the moment. Going to the different flavors of star system, cadmium and emerald and indium require those elements. That's not exactly true, but that's pretty much true. and those other more rare elements give you a better return on chromatic metal. So it directs you towards a copper deposit in order to make the chromatic metal. Now we already have some, but I would like some more. R&T will make your little mining ball bigger or smaller. The smaller it is, the more efficient it'll be. It will be a slower mine, but you will get more materials out of it. So I'll check you guys in a couple minutes. All right, so while I'm mining up this copper, I'm throwing it here in the portable refiner, and then I just ran out of charge on my terrain manipulator. I can use 160 ferrite dust to fill it, or 80 pure ferrite, which is crazy because that's a 1-to-1 ratio, or 16 magnetized ferrite, which I crafted a little bit just a few minutes ago, or 160 silica powder. So that it takes 2 ferrite to make 2 pure ferrite, and 2 pure ferrite make 1 magnetized ferrite. Only 16 of them. It's just it's a ridiculously more efficient ratio. So where I can, I'm going to use the more rare resource to charge these items. Because here shortly we'll have a personal refiner on our exosuit, and kind of keeping some of those things refined on our person at all times is really, it'll happen almost in the background. All right, so another 230 copper. We'll end up with about 400 chromatic metal, which was almost 800 copper. So it wasn't a huge haul, but it's chromatic metal. I mean, honestly, I'm going to want full stacks in the end of all of them, like 10,000 chromatic metal and 10,000 copper. But baby stages, kids, baby stages. I'm going to just get rid of that. I'm going to hold on to the silica because I'm weird. Come on, 10 more seconds, 10 more seconds. All right, let's go ahead and grab that, pick that bad boy up. Head off to our star system. I think our plate's getting a little full, kids. All right, let's see if I can sneak up on this guy. Got him. 29 plus that much oxygen. I got about 50. All right, so it wants me to build the base computer. I don't want to do it here because I know that right next door I got a Paradise planet. Let's go see what that looks like. Back in space. No more asteroids, I promise. Which one is this one? Oh, come on. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. It's a volcanic planet. We may go take a look at it, but it's not what... Oh, there it is. So let's just go right there. Middle of daylight. See what we can find. Paradise planet, star bulb, copper, paraffinium, and cobalt. I want to... maybe it's superstition, but I'll try to aim myself right in the middle of a landmass on these water planets. I don't want to be investigating around over water. That can be a little bit annoying. Head on a swivel when you're coming in, looking for any sort of buildings. Sometimes you get lucky. Now that we're low, I'm going to throw a scan out and see what populates. And nothing populated. I would highly suggest, if you're doing a manual search of a planet, that you pick a pole, north or south, because it's super easy to lose your bearings. I am looking for any sort of building like that. Now, I don't know if that's a building that I want. We'll find out in just a second. That looks like a save beacon. Come on, just a save beacon, not something I'm interested in. I'm looking for a miner settlement or a trade station right now. That's where I would like to set up my first base. This typically doesn't take too long, but it's not going very quickly for me now, so I will keep following the South Pole, kind of going back and forth at a fairly low altitude. I will say, let's do this. X, come over to our options and switch this to, wow. Control 2. Do this in third person so that you can have a little bit better view. There's another one. What's this? What's this? Another save beacon? Another save beacon. So I will pick you guys up when I find something. All right, so we have found some civilization. Behind me is a couple of items, none of which I'm super interested in. So this guy here, which looks at a distance like a save beacon, is super tall. So Waypoint, no pun intended for the Waypoint update. This will 100% of the time yield a minor settlement. See? Let's see what's in these damaged container. I probably should keep that rusted metal. It refines like 4-to-1 into ferrite dust. I feel like I've kind of pot committed into being wasteful. So let's go take a look at our minor settlement and see if we find a trade station along the way. That'd be cool. Not enough fuel in launch thrusters. So we need either uranium or Starship launch fuel. So Starship launch fuel is made with metal plating and dihydrogen, which we had talked about earlier. So let's go ahead and make a few of those. What is up? Launch fuel. All right. Now we have fuel in our launch thrusters. How far away is it? 1 hour away. Ain't nobody got time for that. We're gonna warp speed ahead, number 1. Now I still could put this first base anywhere I want. I could put this anywhere I want and then come back and put it somewhere else. And I mean, you really whatever you want to do. I tend to grab a base, a minor settlement, or a trade outpost as a first base location because there's a trade terminal there. There's things that I may want to reference again in the future. Green circles means free landing, by the way, so no launch fuel needed to land or take off. Hey, let's go do that real quick. Oh, what are you? Aggressive, not aggressive. It's been a little while since I've been on a planet that didn't have a whole crap ton of these 3-pod gassy bad guys. And we didn't see any on the first planet. So if you've got these on your planet, I would suggest you grab every effing one of them. Because watch this. Low. So they'll see those 3 pods on the outside. I didn't mean to startle him. So I can 1, 2, 3, and then take him. 66 carbon plus that. 86 carbon. Not too shabby. And I want 2 full stacks of oxygen. That's 20,000 oxygen. That's how many I want. All right, let's go check out this miner settlement. We're going to go ahead and grab this save beacon, mainly because I want the navigational data. Gets us a save point and 1 navigational data. Check out this damaged container for shits and giggles. S-class, S-class, S-class. Nanites, that's all right. Nanites are cool. I really should be keeping the rusted metal, but I'm not. Microprocessor. Microprocessors are cool. Now, this... thought I saw 2 locations. Evidently, I did not. So never mind. So this is a miner settlement. We're going to come in the side door because we're cool like that. These little cubes are navigation data. Let's talk to you real quick. See what you got. The warrior's nostrils flare as I approach. They inhale deeply, tasting the humid air that followed me in this once sterile facility. They bark out what could be a warning. I hurriedly mime that I'm peaceful and know little of their kind or language. A bunch of letters came up on the screen. They take a second to think and then grab my multiple while barking again into my visor, streaking it with saliva. They point at the mining beam charge indicator, then at my backpack. I do best to keep calm. I know the mining beam takes carbon, so I'm going to go with carbon. Grunts in satisfaction, and he taught me a word. Let's see this. This is a B-class cabinet. I can, well, in previous to 4.0, I could force it to cycle through the inventory of guns associated with the system or multi-tools. But all of them will be B because the cabinet is B. So sell. I'm going to get these albumin pearls for 214,000. I switched over to my Starship. I'm not selling any of that stuff. And then my exosuit inventory, I'm going to go ahead and sell that sausage, that vortex cube. Kimas. Chlorine for 55,000. Viking effigy. I don't know what that crystal fragment is. Let's unsheath it. Storm crystal. That's cool. So we'll go into sell storm crystal for 210,000. 611,000. Not too bad for a day's work. This should be some nanites money. I don't know. This is nanites. And let's see what you sell back here. We're going to do purchase components. Salvage data 3. I like that. So, let's make a base, kids. Just out of habit, for no real reason, I'm going to come out here, hit the Z button, go to base computer. I've already got 30 chromatic metal. We're going to claim the base. Ta-da! We now have a base. It's beautiful. Archives available. It's only doing this because of the first base. Accessing logs from previous user. Storm sweeping across. Deposit shelter plans. Extract plans. Gives me some basic plans. And then it tells me to make myself a base. So I'm going to take a floor plan. Oops. I'm going to take a wall because we're going to make a super complicated... you know what? I'm going to do 2 doors. Because I don't know... while you're in this menu, you can, whoa. I think I'm having a stroke. Take this roof. I can toggle the camera view with B, and I am protected from the elements when I'm doing this, and I can build freehand. So, let's go inside our cute little... base. We're protected from that storm that was auto-generated by the simple fact that we put down our first base. What do you want me to do now? Oh, recharge life support. Okay. Oh, come on. I already built all this stuff. Come on. Pretty please. CX. Oh, we got it. My thermal protection's falling on a paradise planet. That's disappointing. Salvage data from nearby subterranean device. Extract plans. And it's giving me a blueprint for something else. So I'm going to take this guy. Construction research unit. Ooh, I need a carbon nanotube. Wow. Slow down, Joat. And we're going to put that guy right there. I'm going to go ahead and put down my... Yeah. Lots of storms, kids. Do I have anything to refine in here? I think I've done all the basic work. Cool. Have it. How many salvage data do I have? 6? All right. I got no more. I need 11 more. So that's what we're doing next time, kids. We're going to... Oh, wait. Rename your base computer. Joat's box. Oh, you know what? I don't want that. Joat's salvage. Ooh. Yeah, we'll do that. 3. All right. Now, we're going to call this an episode, kids. So before I log off, I'm going to hop into my ship and create a save point. And we'll see you next time. Laters.